Hi, I'm Josh Lee, and this is the start of a series of video logs made to document and showcase the development of my final game project, which I have titled The Puzzling Ascent. Now, the first thing I want to get through is what the project is, how I expect it to look once it's finished, and any other deliverables I want to create during this development process. So firstly, what is The Puzzling Ascent? So, unsurprisingly, The Puzzling Ascent is a puzzle game. It's a virtual digital escape room in a similar vein to games such as Escape Academy. The game takes place in an office building, which has suddenly caught fire, and the player must ascend 3 floors which get progressively more challenging in order to get to the rooftop and escape. So next up is how does it look? Actually, this is a bit crowded, and my Premiere Pro has 11 video layers, so let's clear all this off and start again. So, how will it look? The Puzzling Ascent will be 3D and first person, as I feel this best simulates the feeling of an actual escape room. In terms of an overall art style, I want it to be quite stylized and similar in vein to games such as Slime Rancher. There's something about that art style that really stands out to me and I want to try it out. Now, finally, outside of the game, what else do I want to make? Firstly is these development logs. Now, the deadline for the project is the 7th of May. That is 15 weeks from today. And ideally, I want to get one of these out every single week. But if I've had a quieter week with less work done, I may merge 2 into 1, just to have more to talk about. The next thing I want to make is a game trailer, as I feel that will help with marketing purposes. And if I upload this game onto something like itch.io, it's got something to show what the gameplay is like before someone's played it. And finally, I'm also going to create a game design document just to have my thoughts and ideas written out in text as well to go hand in hand with these videos. Now, with all that covered, let's go into the current state that my game is in, which is not a lot. So in terms of how much of the level and the world has been built, I've currently only got the first room of the first floor, and it's very bare bones. Obviously, it was made in the pre-production phase, and as it's the first area of the game, the puzzle is very simple, and therefore it felt like a good point to start development with. It involves a player looking around the room to find numbers that are linked to specific colours, that are then resembled on the keypad, where the player must put in the correct matching number in order to open the door. Obviously, this is very far from being finished. The room is very empty. I want to add some objects that obstruct the numbers and the colours so that the player actually has to go search for them, and along with this, on the keypad itself, the numbers don't exactly line up with the colour, so that's something I want to fix. But overall, I think this is a very strong starting point for this area of the game. Now, outside of this room, nothing else has really been blocked out or made yet, so that's probably my next task that I want to complete. Now, this isn't the only puzzles that I've done so far. I've also got these Morse code TV setup that I want to use in puzzles later on in the game. However, their area hasn't been built yet, so they're just in a sort of test world. Now, in these development logs, I want to give myself challenges and goals to reach by the time I record the next one. And so for the first week, I don't want to go too crazy. I don't want to give myself too big of a task, because then I feel like I could get burnt out very quickly. So for week 1, all I want to do is just have the first floor designed and maybe blocked out as well. I feel like that gives me a good base to work on going forwards while not being too crazy of an ask. And with all that said, that's me done for today. We'll see where I'm at next week, and goodbye.